Mahomes, not good, except that he salted the game away and made clutch play after clutch play, and the Chiefs are still undefeated. Here's Patrick postgame.
I don't want to say it doesn't come easily because we're winning games against good teams by a good amount of points, and that's as easy as it, I mean that's easy for the NFL. But I just don't think it's normal for what you've seen from us because there's not a lot of passing touchdowns. There's been a lot of turnovers, especially by me. And so I think it's just showing the versatility of our team. It's not just about me. It's not just about the stats and the light show and stuff like that. It's about playing team football. And I believe that if we continue to work, we'll get better offensively, throwing the ball down the field. But until then, it's nice to know that we have a great running game. We got a great defense. And we're able to execute whenever the time comes to win football games.
Okay. Mahomes yesterday, not great, but again, he won. Passer rating is a career low, but we
How many truck sticks of safeties?
I think just one.
Okay.
And one shot to the neck that he received and one truck stick. We also have 4 banners. I don't know if these are all for the Chiefs. Sometimes you sneak a Bills one in there, but
sometimes I sneak a now hiring Jets one in there, and the next week the guy gets fired. You never know. The banners are forward thinking. What's up?
How much credit does Mahomes deserve for the win?
Oh, we'll get to Patrick Mahomes in a moment. But first, let me say this. This was a perfect Chiefs win. And Brew doesn't like when I use the word perfect. I throw it around sometimes. Last week I threw it around, and he was like, well, it wasn't actually perfect in this regard. This was a perfect Chiefs win because the defense once again reminded everyone, and they will quickly forget or not care or just wish it weren't true, so pretend it isn't. They're the best defense in the league by a mile. They shut down the opposing team's best running back. They shut down the opposing team's best receiver. Yesterday, obviously, the best receiver got hurt, but they've done it all year. And they make Brock Purdy look, like, I don't know, you guys, is pumpkins around here anywhere? I don't know. Also, the league's
take.
okay, that's fine. I'm
cooking for a minute. But
if you think that Brock Purdy played well, that's fine. I think he played terribly.
He did.
He played it. Him and Mahomes are right there.
Is that what you think? Because I saw Patrick Mahomes make the game-winning plays.
I agree with that. I'm just saying you can't say Brock Purdy played horrible because he had one more interception than Mahomes.
It's not one more interception. It's infinitely fewer game-winning plays. That's what it was. He didn't have
he's like every other quarterback in the NFL.
That's fine. We can talk about Brock Purdy in a moment. I'll get to Mahomes in a second. But it's to go along with the best defenses, of course, the best coaching staff, which once again put Kyle Shanahan and his crew in the blender. Whether it was Spags or Andy Reid, put them in the blender. And then, as almost an embarrassment of riches, it's like, oh yeah, also the league's best special teams. A kicker who never misses kicks, throw McCole Hardman back there for punt returns when you need a big spark. So you have all of that, and then you have Patrick, who is the league's best quarterback, but is not playing like it, except for, of course, when he has to. Or, as it used to be the case, I think, with the Incredible Hulk, when you make him angry. Because here's the story of yesterday's game, which was Malik Collins hit him in the throat. And the Chiefs who get all the calls, and Patrick Mahomes who's protected, the ref looking right at it. It's like, seems like a fair football play.
He almost did it, too.
He almost did it, and he's like, whatever, who cares? Yeah. And so then Patrick Mahomes cooks the best defensive player in football, not named Chris Jones, Fred Warner, cooks 53 because he thinks you can throw a forward pass 10 yards downfield, then gets to the sideline. And then at the end of it, he says, hey, Mustafa, have some of this.
So good.
By the way, it's a 2-point game. It's 4th down. It's the 4th quarter. If he doesn't score there, they might lose. And so how much credit does Patrick Mahomes deserve for the win? Just enough to get the win. And also a reminder that, man, show muscles ain't real muscles. And there's grown man Mustafa character has, because that's what we learned yesterday. That body is better than that body in the NFL.
Wow.
Maybe not on IG, and maybe not when you're competing with Greg Jennings for Mr. Olympia, but when it comes to winning football plays, that one is greater than that one, Bruce.
Woo. Let me say this, too. Mustafa had 2 huge hits earlier in the game. I don't know if you remember the 2 huge hits. And then, so that made it even more impressive.
Was one on Xavier Worthy?
One was on Worthy.
The one that knocked Worthy.
I grade that one in the curve.
Knocked Worthy.
No, but then there was one before that.
Yes.
There was, like, he had
and
2
Mustafa,
great
by the way, is a good player, and it's not his fault that he literally ran into the greatest player ever. It's just not his fault.
That was impressive by Mahomes. Look, Mahomes deserves a ton. And I'm going to first start by Andy Reid, and you alluded to it, coach circles. And Spagnuolo, of course, is the one facing Kyle Shanahan's offense. But Andy Reid, with that depleted, because obviously the Niners were depleted with skilled position players, but so were the Chiefs, Juju, and all that stuff. And for a while, even without Xavier Worthy, the jet sweeps and all the stuff he was running, it just looked like, and Shanahan obviously is a great offensive mind. Andy Reid looked like he was on another level. Yeah. And that is a huge, as great as Mahomes is, and I think he's the best ever, Andy Reid is a huge part of why they're still able to win, even with Mahomes struggling the way he is. So their coaching staff has to get credit. But Mahomes deserves a ton. Look, he is, the stats look terrible from yesterday. And the stats look terrible for this season.
Yeah.
I know he must look at his stats and just be embarrassed.
Yeah, here are the ranks, if you have the rank stats. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I mean, this is like LeBron averaging 13 and 4 in his prime. I mean, this is incredible what he's doing.
With with half of the games ending on a made buzzer beater, though. That's the difference.
But not by him.
No, it is by him.
Some of them are by him, some of them are defense. But here's the thing. Even 13 and 4, I don't care if he hit game winners. It's still. But Patrick Mahomes is just a winner. That's just all there is to it. And we're going to get into Purdy in a few. I kind of feel like, I know you probably do, and I think people around the NFL, players that they have to face, are starting to feel this. Whatever Mahomes would have had to do to win that game, like if Purdy had been great and they get in the lead, San Francisco has the lead, Mahomes probably would have done whatever 100%. He had to do to win. And you saw the 33-yard run. That's Fred Warner that he shook off for that tackle. I mean, that he just did whatever. And then you saw it running over Mustafa. He's a winner. It's all there is to it, and this is impressive what he's doing, able to win, playing as poorly as he
I've said that for years, and I've been laughed at and called a caveman because I say quarterback wins are a stat. I put it up there. Quarterback wins, he's number 1, but everything else, he's 14th, 28th, 23rd in passer rating, and I want you to come around now. Be like, Wilds, you're right.
Are definitely
as a fellow
QB
Chiefs fan.
now.
You have to be now.
You have.
So
you have no leg to stand on except Wilds, you were right this whole time.
Okay.
I'm like, yeah, I know that.
Here's the problem. The problem is when you use quarterback wins to prop up a guy like Jimmy Garoppolo, your argument immediately seems ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
But when quarterback wins are a way to excuse, if you will, a quarterback who right now has the greatest statistical resume through 7 years of any player in NFL history.
The wins
it's a different no. Who has the most touchdowns through 100 games?
I know, but it's been a long time. It's been a long time.
But this year, we're talking about this
and going back to last year.
It's going to be interesting with the MVP race. Because
they're
winning
favorite,
so
oddly.
much,
and so
it will really
right.
be.
And I don't listen. I don't think he should be the favorite. For the record, I think the MVP.
But that's obviously based on they thinking he's going to pick it up.
Or they think the Chiefs are never going to lose, or what? Because it will be odd if the numbers stay the same. But whatever it is. But because I knew you guys were going to try to use the greatest winner in NFL history, who's also the greatest stats in NFL history, as an odd cudgel just for your quarterback wins, I made you dopes a banner too, which is fine. 5-0 against the Niners, 6-0 this year, and 12-0 since the nightmare on Christmas. The nightmare on Christmas. Those are all quarterback win stats for you.
Oh, that's good.
I made a banner specifically for you because I knew you'd want to pound the quarterback wins chest.
Let me ask you this, Nick.
Yeah.
If his numbers stay roughly the same and they are 17 or even 16-1.
16-1, no.
17-0 though.
If the numbers stay like this, and the Chiefs go undefeated, let me rephrase it. If a team goes undefeated, someone on the undefeated team has to be the league's MVP.
That's right.
So I'd be fine with it. Right now, I told you, I think the MVP is Chris Jones. The Chiefs MVP is Chris Jones. And I know yesterday he doesn't have stats. And Chris Jones doesn't have great stats, but I think he's the fulcrum of the defense, and I think the defense has been the best thing. But if they're 16-1, we've seen that before. You know what I mean? And I know we saw 17-0.
But still, 16-1 when maybe everybody else has at least 4 losses is.
It's up.
Maybe
Xavier Worthy gets in there. Also, maybe I'm the rookie who wins MVP. 49ers, meanwhile, only muster 18 points, are now below 500 per. Had her passer rating of Brew
It was worse than Mahomes.
37. 37.
Hey, what do you get for spiking the football every play? 39.6.
Here it is post-game.